my name is Lindsay. I'm the trainer here for DermaPure Clinical, and I'm here to talk to you today about the all-even peel that we have created. So this treatment, the first step you're going to do is your essential daily cleanser to remove makeup, dirt, impurities. Second cleanser, we go straight to the Glyco Resurfacing Cleanser for that exfoliation. After you've removed that, we're then going to degrease that skin with our Derma Prime solution. Then we're going to barrier with our post-treatment cream. Then after that, we have our glycolic acid peel 30% as that first exfoliation, smooth the texture of the skin, again that access into the skin. Obviously we need to neutralise the glycolic peel once it's on with our neutralising solution. And after we've neutralised, we're going to go straight to the hibiscus flower mandelic peel. As it's a peel, it self-neutralises for each pass that you do, and we can go up to our 3 passes with this treatment, so we can get a really nice even textured skin. Once we have achieved the last pass, it's all neutralised, we're then going to do our DermaQuest solution as our depigment solution. Helps remove traces of peel solution off the skin and also suppresses any hyperpigmentation that might pop up after treatment. After we've done that, we then have our retinol solution just to advance the treatment, get a nice even peeling to that skin and a little bit extra dimension to the treatment, and then we finish off with our Sheer Zinc Broad Spectrum SPF 30 for our physical protection to that skin. Okay, so the first cleanse we're going to do is an essential cleanser. This is a great cleanse to remove any makeup, any dirt, coarse surface debris off the skin. It has got pineapple and papaya fruit enzymes, so you get a really nice enzymatic superficial exfoliation, just so we get a nice cleansed skin, so the products after this can penetrate deeper to give a much smoother finish into the skin. So the second cleanse we have is Glyco Resurfacing Cleanser. So this is going to give a little bit more of a deeper exfoliation into the skin. This product has got 15% glycolic acid in there. So the glycolic, smallest molecule of your AHAs, can really work into that skin to break down all the glue that holds the skin together and remove a few more dense surface skin cells, so that when we do our peel, again it's going to get really deeper into that skin, get a nice even treatment result. Is that feeling okay for you? This one can also feel a little bit tingly with the activity of the AHAs. So a nice quick cleanse, just to make sure we get that exfoliation, but it's not uncomfortable for the client. You need to always make sure you're slowly removing your cleanser, so there's nothing left on that skin for when we go on to the next step of our protocol. So tepid water or cool water is best to use for this. It's going to create some heat with the peel, so we don't want to be using hot water for cleansing. So after we've done our second cleanse, we're going to pat the skin dry with a tissue before we degrease, so that we can get a nice degrease to the skin for Derma Prime. So Derma Prime, we apply the rough gauze, so that again we get a little bit more exfoliation. So it goes straight onto the gauze, and enough so that gauze is saturated. So it needs about 2 half pipettes to really saturate it on there. So we're just going to do 1 pass, and this is gaining that access into the skin. Going to feel a bit scratchy. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. And a little bit of pressure. I'm just going to work it into the skin, so we're getting into that stratum corneum to break down that dead skin. Just going to turn my gauze over for the other side of the face. While that's drying, going to barrier. So we have the post-treatment balm. That literally goes onto the back of the hand. And I'm just going to barrier the sensitive areas, so in the eyebrows. We're going to do the sensitive bit underneath the nose. And a little bit on the lips. This is just to stop the lips from peeling. So the first step of this protocol is with the glycolic acid peel 30%. So use the whole bottle, goes into the bowl. So with your resurfacers or with your superficial peels, we're going to set the timer just as we're about to apply it onto the skin. So you can see we've got a nice glaze on that skin or solution. You need to work it onto the skin, get it on in under 1 minute. So this again, it's going to work a little bit deeper into the skin. We're breaking down that surface section of the skin, breaking down the glue, so that when we do the next part, which is the peel, that's going to go into the skin nice and deeply. It's just giving a slightly more deeper treatment and a good treatment outcome, hopefully, with this one. Glycolic is a really good treatment. It's a great all-rounder ingredient. So it does treat multiple concerns. They're good for aging, good for pigmentation, good for anyone with slightly more rougher texture skin, open pores. It's great for blackheads. It's so good. It's so versatile. Right, I'm going to start removing that. The advanced neutralizing solution is here to neutralize the acid activity from our resurfaces and our superficial peels. So this is going to help to stop the activity of the acids. Also now it has been redeveloped with some newer ingredients, so it adds an extra dimension to your treatment. 3 half pipettes of neutralizing solution into your bowl. With the neutralizing solution, we'll bring the pH back up to the skin and stop the activity of the acids, so they can get a little bit more sensation at this stage. But with the newer formulation, we've got newer ingredients to add a little bit more of an extra dimension to your treatment. So we're soothing the skin, thank you, we're calming the skin, as well as stopping the activity of the acids. So with the hibiscus flower mandelic peel, these are great for pigmentation. It's also great as an antibacterial treatment with that mandelic content in there. So it is 10% mandelic acid, 10% hibiscus flower extract, which is a great superficial exfoliation together. So with this one, it's a slightly higher pH, so you're not necessarily going to have as much sensation when it's on the skin. So this one, like I said, slightly high pH. It's not one of the really hot sensation peels. It has been designed as slightly more tolerable on the skin when it is on, but this is going to be great to lift any pigmentation that's left in her skin. It's also going to be great to treat any kind of breakouts that she's having, and where this one is a little bit more gentle, it is also great for your acne rosacea clients or your rosacea clients as well. So it's not too uncomfortable when it's on, like I said, but also we're still going to get that great result into the skin. So we're going to do a second pass with the mandelic peel. She hasn't had any adverse response. There's been no frosting with this one, hardly any erythema. So my second pass, I'm going to go the opposite way round. So I've just added a tiny bit more solution to my gauze. And again, we're going to time it for 5 minutes for it to self-neutralize. Adverse reactions we're looking out for would be anything like blisters, welts, swelling, intense heat or intense itching sensations, which she doesn't have, so we've gone ahead with the second pass. And this peel, it's not really designed to give frosting in that skin, it's more that superficial exfoliation together with our tyrosine inhibitors to help suppress pigment and help to brighten the surface of the skin as well. So with this one, we are likely going to be able to do our 3 passes with this peel. What's your sensation level? Neither is very minimal, only on my breakout really. Great. So with this one again, her skin's quite tolerant, so you'll be able to take the 3rd pass with this one. And then afterwards she's going to have that nice glowy skin. She may even get a little bit of a shed today with the peeling. Otherwise that will generally start after a couple of days after treatment. But with this one, with the hibiscus flower extract and your mandelic got that great exfoliation together, we can sometimes see the shed on the same day. The client is going to achieve from this peel a nice brightening effect to any kind of hyperpigmentation that's in that skin. It is also really suitable for melasma with this hibiscus flower mandelic peel, but as it is a slightly higher pH, you've got a great combination of ingredients. It is also really suitable for anybody with acne prone skin or a slightly sensitive skin, so acne rosacea, amazing results with that as well. So to make it that slightly more advanced treatment, this is the mixology peel version. This is a brand new treatment that we are going to be introducing, and this is with the glycolic 30% peel at the beginning. just to help the hibiscus pheromone peel penetrate into that skin a little bit deeper. And then we get an extra dimension with the glycolic for that superficial exfoliation, getting a little bit more access into the skin to break that skin down. So glycolic, again, on its own, this is great for aging. This is great for smoothing the texture of the skin. Also great to release a little bit of pigmentation in the surface of the skin. Great for blocked pores, any kind of blackheads. It's a really good all-round treatment. But when we combine it with the peel, this is there to gain that access into the skin, as it does break down the glue that holds the skin together. So we're going to get a slightly deeper treatment result. So I'm going to use the last bit of my pure solution. So that is a great amount for 3 passes. It's quite sticky, this one. So just make sure there's no drips, and then we're going to go from the chin up, so we get a nice even distribution, not starting in the same place for each layer that we do. So I've gone that way around, so we're ready. Here we go. Just going to wait another 5 minutes. But her skin is again looking amazing, nice and glowy, nice and dewy, no adverse responses at all, no intense sensations that we need to worry about. This can be a really lovely treatment for you. So our peel solutions are now in a 100ml vial, so this is a perfect amount that you have already measured for you for each pass that you're going to do with your peels. So this is a great amount for the 3 passes for these chemical peel treatment. If you're using like the glycolic acid peel, which is a slightly more superficial peel, this one again you'll have enough in that vial for your 1 pass, and then leaving it on the skin for the relevant amount of time, so that's up to 10 minutes. So it's all pre-measured, there's no wastage at all, and also once you've used it you can just bin that, and everything else that's left in your tin is still in date until you need to use it again. So DermaQuest solution is our next step. Again, this is going to go straight onto that rough gauze. This one, though, at this stage there is no pressure to the skin. So what this is doing is adding a depigment aspect. Oh, it smells really nice. It's very lavendery smell. So it's a depigment solution, so we're going to help to remove any surface peel residue off the skin, and then also A's as a depigment, so just suppress any pigment from coming up after the treatment. So you're just going to let that dry, and then we're going to do our retinol sweep. And the retinol is just going to help the peel to penetrate even deeper into that skin, add an extra dimension to it to make it slightly stronger treatment. So the next step is the retinol solution. This is our 4% pure retinol, and this is here to have a slightly stronger effect to the treatment and give a nice even peeling to the skin. So the retinol solution, it stays on the skin. It will go into the skin within the next 5 hours to really fully absorb down to your dermis. And this is going to help to give a nice even peeling. It's going to stimulate collagen, stimulate elastin, also great for a little bit of brightening as well to that skin. So we're just making the treatment even a little bit stronger, so we get a nice effect to the treatment. So we're going to have enough retinol solution straight onto the gauze. So it's going to cover the whole skin. That's about 2 half pipettes. There's not generally much sensation at this stage. Doesn't feel uncomfortable or anything. So I double gloved at the beginning, so that at this stage we're just going to change the gloves. I can just remove the first layer, and then we're going to apply the sheer zinc as our SPF. So the sheer zinc is our pure physical SPF. It's got 18.6% zinc oxide. This one we're going to warm up in the fingers a little bit, and then we're just going to smooth onto the skin. So she's got that protection from UVA, UVB, and also blue light. And zinc is also really good for calming the skin and healing. So a great addition after your treatment. Always apply your SPF even if it is nighttime, as it is going to give you that blue light protection from technology. Aftercare after this treatment is to avoid heat, any exercising, any swimming, any sauna, swimming, spa for at least 48 hours. For today, she's not going to do anything to her skin. She's not going to wash her skin at all for the next 8 to 12 hours. The longer you can leave it, the better result you are going to get. So nothing at all to the skin today. Tomorrow, she's going to use her essential cleanser for that gentle cleansing. It's slightly exfoliating. She can use her B5 hydrating serum and then her sheer zinc. She's going to do that for the next 5 to 7 days while the peeling process is happening. And then once the peeling is generally stopped, there's no irritation, Neve can then reintroduce her glyco cleanser that she's using at home for the exfoliation, her moisturizer, as well as her other products. Retinols we avoid for 2 weeks before and after treatment, so no retinols at all for the next 2 weeks, please. Yep. No jetting off to the Caribbean, no sun exposure, so no heat at all. And then what we expect to see is normally from about day 2, so day after tomorrow, which is Saturday, she might get a little bit of peeling, and then that will generally last for about 5 to 7 days. So must keep your skin protected with that sheer zinc SPF.